Okay, y'all. Hey, we're getting ready for what? What is she doing? Let's see if y'all can guess. We're getting ready for my 25th birthday shoot that I'm doing myself. And the theme is cheetah. Cheetah girl. Oh, did I eat that or not? Yes or no? Yes or yes? Right. So, yeah, I'm doing it now. It is October. What's today? October 19th. So, not quite 2 months until my actual birthday, but I wanted to do it with this hair, and for my actual birthday I will not have this hair, so that's why we're doing it now. And if I have the setup and the tools for me to do it myself, may as well do it myself. So I'm getting the backdrop set up now. I'm going to steam it out, and then tomorrow will be the actual photo shoot day. So I'm excited, and y'all are gonna come along with me to see how I transform my living room into a photo shoot. Stay tuned. Yeah. Okay, so we have our setup going. We have all of our lights on, 2 backdrops from Amazon in my storefront. I steamed them. I'm leaning towards this one because the brown goes with the vibe. And then we have 4 lights. I have the big light on too, but. So I'm going to change, and then we're going to see which backdrop I like the best. Okay, so here is just me really testing out the lay of the land. I'm going to talk about it a little bit later, but obviously I switched from the 2 tan and brown backdrops to 2 white ones, and I didn't even end up steaming them, but it all works out in the pictures later. Those feathers, not attached to the dress, just laid them on the ground because I wanted to create the illusion that the dress was feathered at the bottom. And basically I'm just practicing posing, and figuring out how I'm going to pose with these balloons, because I actually saw a picture on Twitter that I wanted to recreate, which inspired this whole shoot, but it was more difficult than I realized. So this is me practicing the day before the actual photo shoot, because clearly, you know, she's not glammed up or anything, but yeah, just practicing how I'm gonna do it. And you could tell I'm struggling. So anyway, I'm gonna let y'all watch this, and I'll be back talking later. Okay, so she's back and glammed. I didn't even mention how my camera is set up. So my camera is set up on a tripod. I have it connected via, I think it's called like Imaging Edge Viewer, so I could see it on my laptop, and I have it timed, so I would literally bend over, press shoot on the computer, and it would count down to 10 and start taking the pictures of me. Here for these video clips, it's just recording, and I ended up doing screenshots, but that's how I did it. Tired. Okay, let me go find some good lighting. Photo shoot is completed. I hope I got some good footage. Basically, yesterday was the start, the prep. Today was the actual of me shooting things. I ended up having to change my background from those 2 like brown shades that I had, and I just went with white. As you can see, this is aftermath. I did end up moving my lights closer. Last night I practiced with the test shots that I got, editing them to see, like, can I change the background color? Do I even want to change the background color? Because like I said, I want to kind of do like a brown vibe, but the dress is brown and black and dark, so I don't know what that's going to give. But I am completed. My legs hurt. And I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Maybe I'll make another one, like, going in depth of how did I do everything, or maybe I'll add that in here, depending on how long this is. Okay, let's get into the tutorial. So I'm using Photoshop to go from this to this. I use another separate app on my phone to blur the background so the two white backdrops align, and then to clean up some details around my body. So first you're going to use the selection brush tool to select the main subject of the frame. In this case, it's me and the 5 balloons. And then with this same tool, there's a feature, a little brush that allows you to add more or subtract from the selection. So it's up in the left top corner, you want to select add, and you're going to add, it makes it pink to show what you've selected. So I'm adding anything that it didn't automatically select. So like the highlights in the balloon, and then I'm going to subtract some things around my legs and then the train so that that is not selected when we move on to the next phase. Visually, it makes sense to look at it than listening to my words, but y'all see what I'm doing. And as I mentioned, this is the part where I'm going to be subtracting. You can use the brush to make it bigger or smaller if you want to be more detailed, less detailed if you really don't care. There will be another step later where we can clean this up even more, but you're just trying to get as precise as possible. Okay, so now at the bottom, we're going to select this button, which is basically to inverse the selection. So now we're going to select everything except for myself and the 5 balloons. And the reason for this is we now want to select it again to make a mask. This is so we can change the background. Now I've added another layer. I went to the adjustments tab and you type on 30 for hue, 30 for saturation, and -16 for lightness. And then you check the colorized little mark there. And then you can delete that layer that I added. And now you want to drag the mask onto the adjustment layer so that it only colorizes the backdrop and not your subject. And again, you want to change the hue to 30, saturation to 30, and then lightness to -16. This is just the backdrop color that worked for me, but if you have a different color you want to go for, then you can adjust it accordingly. So now technically you're done. I'm cropping it to make it smaller to get rid of the extra background there. If this works for you, you can go ahead and post it like this. But sometimes with Instagram, different social media, you want to extend the background and like clean up some things. So if you use this spot healing brush tool, you can clean up any other details and make them more smooth, blend them into the background. For me, I wanted to edit the feathers a little bit. I also wanted to make the backdrop more smooth around my train. Just small details. This healing tool in some of the pictures, my dress wasn't meeting the feathers because those feathers I just threw on the ground. They're not attached to the dress. But this healing tool allowed me to create the illusion that they are connected, hide my feet sticking out, hide the heels, anything. If I want, like I said, blending the background together, just small details. Okay, so this is the step where I said you can clean up the background more. You want to right click the mask on the adjustment layer at the very bottom and cut off, but you want to hit edit mask, and then here you can see the subtract and add to mask again. So you want to hit add to mask, and now this time visually you're adding the color filter. And it's just more easier to me to see like what specifically I'm coloring. If you just want to like go over stuff and color that in any way, it won't completely erase it, but it'll just make it tinted to match the background. So now I wanted to extend the background. So I'm using the crop tool again to pull it out, to extend it. And then at the very bottom, there's this generative expand button, which is basically AI. You click on that and you can type in anything that you want the background to look like. So I'm just going to put tan background and see what it generates. Also, just a quick PSA, this is the very amateur bootleg ghetto version that I taught myself from YouTube. So if there's a better tutorial out there, go find it. So while it's generating on the right hand side, it creates 3 different variations. And to me, they look great. It looks like I'm in a photo studio somewhere, not in my living room. If you click that little button in the left top corner, it expands details and makes it more intricate. So like it adds more kind of waves or ruffles in the fake backdrop that I got going on. If you hit the right button and generate something similar, if you like a specific variation, it'll do more wisps or details in that way. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you go from this in your living room to this, like you're in a studio, which I think. But the whole studio setup is in my Amazon storefront, so go check it out. Thank you for watching it. Bye.